On a sunny day, Montreal comes alive at the corner of Saint Laurent and St. Catherine. The glass facade of a modern building reflects a blue sky with clouds. The MEM's white logo splashes over a red background.
I'm Sophie Charlebois. My role as architect in the project was to prepare the real estate aspect, the architectural aspect, and to organize, basically, to choose the site where the MEM would develop. We started from zero.
How was the future site of the MEM chosen?
It was with the team of the Montreal History Center. I began in 2014. We looked at several downtown sites, including Carré Saint Laurent, and comparing sites according to the criteria we'd established. The winner was Carré Saint Laurent, especially because of its symbolism. In the past, Saint Laurent Boulevard divided English-speaking and French-speaking Montreal, and St. Catherine Street was the link between the two, the west and the east of the city.
How did the architecture influence the design of the spaces?
There was a diagonal in the building design, so this was kept. At first we found it a constraint, as it obliged us to subdivide the spaces. But then, we thought, why not turn the space into a city, with a main street, a public square, in such a way that people would feel like part of the action, and be prompted to talk with other people, as if they were in a city, in a square, in the street, to stroll on the promenade to the Belvedere, to join in the activities on the terrace. That's how the vocabulary of the space was developed. And I think it's something that inspired the creators from start to finish.
What is the specificity of the MEM?
The difference between the MEM and a classical museum is that as soon as we enter, we're immersed in the museum experience. The museum is designed so that visitors won't feel that seeing an exhibition is the MEM's only appeal. They find themselves in a cultural space, within a space of history, but also a space in the present, and that's very, very important. People can visit the MEM the way they want, on Thursday evening, for example, because it's a place they can talk about history with other people and on the same occasion. Have a coffee and take their time.
Who are you?
I'm François Belle-Humer, the project director of GSM Project, hired as the principal designers of the museum experience.
What did your work on the public spaces of the MEM involve?
Our mandate covered the overall design of the visitor experience. The public spaces, the permanent exhibition and the inaugural temporary exhibition. It's interesting, because at first, we were looking at a public space and a museum space. Everything was set out almost like two different projects. But in the end, it was one and the same project, with the same subject. We want to maximize moments when we talk to visitors, with information about Montreality in general. It's become a light museum space, with less content, obviously. But whenever we can, we focus on a significant artifact, with live interpretation to talk about a particular thing. Wherever there's a bit of space, it's utilized, even the restrooms.
How did you bring urbanism concepts into MEM's interior design?
From the start, it was the flux of Montrealers through time, through the city, but also through the inside and outside of the institution as such. An architectural language was already established. The space, the little corridor to the restrooms is called the alley, for example. Things like that were already in place, so we embraced that to the maximum. Then we thought, how we could have an urban language inside, to increase that seamlessness, and make sure everyone is welcome in this space. For anyone who can come in. For sure, if we didn't have to go up one floor, if we didn't have a rigorous winter, etc., the door would be open. And people could come in, stay inside and have a coffee, as if they were outside.
What attracted you to the MEM project?
In the case of the MEM, for us, there was no question of not doing it. Because it's really our city. We've been here 65 years. And it's exactly the kind of work we like to do. The fact that the MEM is an institution, based on consultation with citizens, is something special. It's not a museum, speaking with its exclusive authoritarian voice, like museums have until now. It's really in the MEM's DNA, to bring people's voices into the space of the institution itself. This is a particularity of the project that really interested us. In one way or another, they really have the visitor experience at heart. And having the museum goer at the center, the visitor as citizen approach, fits well with our values. It's the kind of project we look for. Our role is to put it into a space, into an experience, into images, to find the artistic direction, and find the key to ensure that whatever happens, wherever we are inside the MEM, the experience will be the connecting thread, from start to finish, for the citizen who comes into the museum.
MEM and City of Montreal. Audio description. Elocucio.